So yes, we left off as the infernal signifiers have dematerialized into the smoke, the same kind of magic that you use yourselves to fast travel. Essentially, it's kind of flew to the sky to escape as one of their fellow signifiers has already fallen, and it seems like Fires has indeed turned his attention to them. So we left off as he turned towards you and you turned towards him, and he has his sword to the side. Meanwhile, Xenia in the background is bleeding out, having taken a pretty significant injury from the great sword that Fires is holding down now towards the ground. And there is a moment of silence as all of you just look around amongst each other, and there is actually an explosion of a nearby volcano that kind of breaks the silence, and just in the distance you just see this lava starting to emerge, basically blowing the cap of this volcano off the top of it. But Fires remains silent, and yeah, you guys kind of regroup together in front of him.
Is Xenia bleeding out, or is she like unconscious?
You don't know. She's directly on the opposite side of Fires, so like it's you standing. Actually, I can probably get you. What, you have the map? So yeah, it would be like you guys right here. I don't know if you're in your T-Rex forms and whatnot, and then Xenia on the other side.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a step forward. I'm just gonna growl, "Get up, Xenia," and I'm gonna cast a third level healing word on her.
Okay.
But I'm like, my eyes are locked on Fairs as I do this. So
Am I still a T-Rex?
That's up to you.
She gets 26 HP back.
26 HP.
Mm-hmm.
You see her stir on the ground, but she seems still unable to get up.
I sigh and go and grab her, like avoiding Fairs, like walking around it. I'm just gonna grab her and drag her back to the group.
Sure. Yeah, so Sora walks around as Fire still faces you, and kind of you see his pupils follow Sora for a bit, but then he looks at you and he says, "If you want the Rune of Knowledge, we don't have much time."
Huh?
Yeah, I'll drop my wild shape now.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Xenia, throw her over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and walk back to the group.
Okay.
I only have 3 charges left. I want my sword drawn, and I'm just with it like kind of in a ready position. I'm just gonna walk towards Fairs, and I'm gonna say, you have a lot of explaining to do for what you've done, and I honestly don't think there's anything you could say that will make your actions make sense.
There will be time for that. Now we must go.
No. That won't work for me. We'll make time now. I raised my sword, I pointed at him, I said, you have been fucking with us for too long, and I need to know what is going on. No more of this bullshit, mystic, hidden cloak and dagger bullshit. You explain what's going on.
Do you want the Rune of Knowledge or not?
I will fucking take it from you, Fairs. What is going on?
I don't have it. But I know where it is right now, and if we don't act quickly...
Oh my god, you fucking... I'm so tempted to just kill you, and... You don't have... Oh.
Okay, you have to give us something.
Give us something.
To convince us that we should go with.
The rune is in the process of being transitioned to somebody that we do not want to have it, and if we don't intercept it, it shall fall into the wrong hands, and then it will be lost. So are we doing this or what?
I think we need an explanation.
Why don't you tell us where it is? Because I trust you about as far as I could throw you.
Well, that is
That
is your choice to make, and he does a flick of the wrist, and his great sword collapses into a polearm, which he sheaths or stows on his belt again, and he kind of gingerly sidesteps to the side, and you see that magical circle of light that you see in the picture that I sent to you guys of him appear, and at that time a similar marking appears on the ground next to him, kind of just illuminating the ground.
Is he gonna fucking teleport off? Dude, you have a lot of explaining
I'll step to follow him.
Okay.
Wait,
if you want, you can make an Arcana
I'll
check
look
to
back
see what
at
he did.
Winston.
Follow him. Why would we trust him?
I look back at Winston and say, "Do you trust me?"
Oh God, don't do this. Don't make me choose like this. You know how I feel about this guy. Don't do this.
If
Remember
you
Winston
trust
didn't
in me and Arya, then just believe me when I say we have to work with him for now.
Oh, fuck. Fine. God damn it. This is a bad idea. This is an incredibly bad idea.
All right. Does anybody want to make an Arcana check to see what?
No, that's
Sure, I will.
I assume it has to be proficient in it.
No, not necessarily.
No.
Oh. Well, if no one
Well.
else is gonna do it,
You can have one more.
Give it a try.
Yeah, one more. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're not quite sure what he did. And as you step forward, Minnie, he steps onto the circle of light and outstretches his hand towards you.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
All right. You take his hand, and
Yeah.
he looks at the others.
I hold my hand out to Winston and the others.
I won't take your hand, but I will follow you into the circle.
I'm gonna
After-
poke Senya and see if she's awake.
Yeah, do a medicine check really quick.
She got healed by Winston, right?
Yes.
It's
Do
like
a medicine check. I'm not
Yeah.
good at that.
like a hell wound or something.
So yeah, so you're not too proficient in this. So you notice that she does have a significant wound to her torso, which stretches basically from her pelvis all the way up to like almost like lower chest, because this blade is just, it's huge, so it pierced her straight through, and you see a significant amount of blood just staining her clothes, her armor around that area. And probably when you picked her up, you actually saw a significant amount of blood leak that already she lost. So, but as you carry her, you see that Winston's magic managed to seal this wound, so almost like cauterized, and
Ugh.
she's not bleeding anymore, and she's just barely awake.
I'm gonna look at her and say, I'm only dragging your butt with us because you'd be a good meat shield and you might have saved us from Ferris for like 5 minutes, so
Still doesn't.
don't expect me to do this again. And then I'm gonna walk towards Minnie.
Well, at
She
this
still
point,
makes
you're carrying her like probably in your arms or in front of you, and she's like half limp in your arms.
I said I threw her over my shoulder like a sack.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna put her.
That's fine.
I don't trust her. It's like, no, you're not walking, buddy. I don't trust you.
All right.
You're a potential distraction to humans at best.
So all of you step into the circle. All right. All of you step into the circle, and there is which begins to glow in a more brightly, And as it does so, it kind of almost blinds you as you lose sight of your surroundings, and you reappear in a similar looking place, although you can tell that it's a little hotter than it used to be, which is very surprising because you thought, well, how the hell can it get even more hot at this point? And the scene that you're standing in is actually I think what you think it to be is some form of castle at first, because there's these iron railings that you're standing on overlooking this barren, hellish landscape that you've been used to for the past several days. However, as you look to the other side of this pathway, you begin to see it's almost kind of like an arena of some sorts, except there's no seating. There's just, you're standing on kind of like a wall that gently starts lowering towards the ground. And on this ground, as you appear there on top of this wall, you Fires walks over to its edge, and at first you think there's nothing going on here, and then on one edge of this Colosseum, I guess is what I'll call it, you see something stir. And you see this faint red glow. And let me send you a picture of what you see emerge from one edge.
Ooh, no. So this is happening down, like, in the Colosseum, like, in the main area?
Yes.
I call Elton and be like, hey, fucknut, you might be taking us to where you put the freaking root of oak. Crap, that's not good.
So you see this humanoid shape stir around, and as it moves, you see this faint red light kind of intensifying deep from within its core. It does not look like anything that mightn't necessarily be like living flesh. And as it rises and this redness glows from within it, you see this smoke, kind of reddish smoke, start to emanate with like these sparks, just like you see in the picture, just coming straight from these pores in its flesh. And as it does so,
like
it doesn't
forge inside or something.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the axe. You don't see the axe at this point, but as it rises, it doesn't seem to necessarily see you, because at the same point in time, there is a flash of golden green light from the other end, and you see a familiar portal open up with this white light with these energy projections coming off of it, and through it steps a familiar figure of Ralph.
Oh, fuck him.
Oh, hold on. Old Ralph? Young Ralph?
Old Ralph.
Ugh.
And he
Wait, old Ralph, like, hold on. Can I tell from here, how old is old Ralph? Like, does this look like maybe this was how Ralph got injured before he died when he told us about fairs?
I was about to ask that.
make an insight check.
Like, does like the clothing he's wearing, does it look like it matches exactly how he last saw before he died?
The clothing does match.
Oh, what the fuck is this shit? This timey-wimey bullshit is really starting to fuck with my head.
I mean, he could just not wear, like, he could just not change his clothes a lot, too. That's always an option.
Fairs, why have you brought us here? What are we looking at?
Ralph has the rune of knowledge.
And this thing
is our
takes
chance.
it from him?
Just wait. And as Ralph emerges from this portal, you see him actually look directly at you before he refocuses on this thing that has risen fully from whatever slumber it was in and begins moving towards him. And he starts walking towards it. And as he does so, he reaches within his cloak, and he pulls out something of similar glow that the portal that you've seen, and it starts to, basically his hand is glowing in this goldish light, and with this kind of ether of energy encircling it. And Minnie, you instantly recognize it as the rune of knowledge.
out of character, how did Ralph just time travel us? Like, we already saw Ralph die. How is fucking Fairs warping us through time?
I think Ralph
He
is
might-
maybe messing with the time stream.
Yeah, he
But
might
like,
not be warping us.
we followed Fairs here. So like, ergo, Ralph was dead in our timeline. Fairs cast something. Now we're somewhere else, ostensibly before Ralph was grievously, like, mortally injured.
I think
Well,
happens
it
is
might
that
have- Yeah.
technically in our timeline, Ralph is dead, but a previous version of Ralph probably went to the future to make this deal because maybe this dude could only wake up now or something because the
Or do you
world's
think
ending.
that Ralph came back from the future to us?
That's what
Maybe
I
that
was
could also
gonna
be
say.
the case.
I hate time travel. All right.
Make a perception check. Actually,
Who?
yeah, you can make a perception check. I'll keep describing what happens. Feel free to interrupt me. So he outstretches this golden glow towards this creature that has managed to approach him at this point, and the thing outstretches his hand and grabs whatever Ralph is holding, and now his hand starts glowing in this golden light.
What? He
Uh-oh.
just took it from him?
Yep,
Wait, or did Ralph hand it to him?
Rob
I think he
handed to
gave
him.
it.
Not
God
Rob,
damn
Ralph. So with your perception check, though, you see, or rather not see, fires during this. And you turn your head and you see him standing in his place, completely focused on the scene in front of you without blinking. And his eyes are actually glowing with the red energy, with his pole arm on his hilt, which he's actually grabbed, also glowing in the same faint color with the red ether encircling it.
Like the same energy the signifiers have?
No, you think he's using the rune of domination right now.
Ugh. Fairs, what are you doing? What is happening?
He does not budge. You actually see his head almost like shake because kind of like when you're like focusing so hard, you're just like in the moment. He's channeling all of the power that he can muster from the rune of domination. And as he does not respond, but from below, you see Ralph suddenly turn towards you and yell out, "Run!" And he begins off running towards the top, the opposite end of the Colosseum, towards the top.
Two questions in quick succession. Can I tell who is the focus of Fairs' domination power?
Insight check, Arcana insight check. So how I know this is
Arcana,
something
then
new.
Insider.
So how I kind of started doing this is something new, is when it's like a complicated check, I take the average of the modifiers. So this is more of like an insight Arcana check. So you just average your modifier and do one single roll and add that on top of it.
Okay, Arcana is 0, Insight is 10,
So 5. Mm-hmm.
All right. So 23.
The target of his spell, you think, is the thing that has risen.
What? He's targeting the demon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and second question, he is completely concentrating on that. Yes.
Yes.
And Ralph was the one who yelled "run," right?
Yes.
So, oh my God. So hold on, I'm gonna ask for a lot of detail real quick because, so to sum up, Ralph appears from a portal using the Rune of Knowledge, meets this creature in the middle of this Colosseum, and hands the Rune of Knowledge over to this demon creature who appears to be dominated. Is he being like held in place?
Nope,
By
he's still
Fairs?
moving. Actually, as he grabs it, his size immediately starts to multiply, and he grows in a matter of seconds to twice his size and continues growing. as this rune begins to glow more brightly in his hand.
Okay, I guess I'm trying. So, because what I really want to do is I want to kill Fairs while he's concentrating.
Don't do that.
And so I'm trying to figure out exactly what Fairs is doing here. Like, if Fairs is holding this, or like is like doing something to this demon that's helpful. I'm struggling to understand what the dynamic of the situation is based on the description. Because this is an opportunity to just basically to slice Fairs from stem to stern.
I would advise you to not do that.
Sora isn't gonna spend any time dealing with whatever Winston's dealing with. She's going to angle like Xenia so her body slightly covers Sora's midsection better, and she's gonna bolt and like motion to the party like, let's go.
Yeah.
Using Xenia as a meat shield and running, basically.
Can we, like...
God damn it.
Are we running, like, up the opposite side of the Coliseum?
No, so basically you're standing, basically think of like a stadium arrangement. You're standing on kind of like the long part, so along the sideline, and Ralph just took off towards one like end zone almost, if it's a football field, and he's starting actually to run up the stairs towards that other end to your left. And
Can I try to run like away, but like away from the demon creature, but towards?
Yeah, so you can start running alongside the top, kind of circling around towards the point where Ralph is running towards. Yep.
And DM, I just rolled another d20 because I actually forgot that I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You rolled the same thing.
Yeah. I figured just in case. All right, fine. This is deeply unsatisfying, but fine. I would say maybe like to put it in story context. Like I would imagine Winston is like drawing his sword and like making a motion to slice Fairs across the throat as he's concentrating, and I would imagine I kind of see Minnie like furiously telling me not to do it.
So
yeah, I'm gonna try to grab Winston's hand and like drag him with us, which is probably more for show because I'm small and can't actually take him anyway.
I think I have despite my feelings against Fairs, and he must be made to pay for what he's done, I think I have committed to following Minnie in this scenario, so I will follow her.
Okay.
I'm so pissed though. God damn it, Minnie. God damn it.
Completely understand that.
Oh my god.
We can kill Fairs later, buddy. We can kill Fairs
I'm not happy
later.
about this either, but I also know that we can't kill him right now.
Why do you keep saying that?
I can't tell you. You just have to trust me.
What do you mean you can't tell me? Do you know something?
I just keep running.
No, hold on. As we're running, Minnie, what do you know? I'm gonna can I pick her up?
You could try.
How do you want me to do it?
Run, Minnie, run.
Strength
Can
check.
I make a dex to try to avoid?
Yes, you do a dex save. Oh shit! Yeah.
So I snatched you to try and like grab you, and as you dodge, I'll just be like, God damn it, Minnie! Like, what do you know? Why can't you tell me?
I want to, but I can't. You just have to trust me right now.
No, that's not good enough. Why can't you tell me?
I don't know what to tell you beyond that.
So we're here, this craziness going on?
Probably amidst all this
For the love
shit.
of God, Minnie, we've been through so much together. How can you not tell me? You know what this means to me.
I know that.
Sora scream, fuckers, get running, we're gonna die. Let's worry about this later.
Oh my God.
We are running. I feel like we're arguing.
Judd, what are you
Oh,
doing?
we're arguing. I'm so tired of this. I'm tired of running. Every time we meet him, we have to run or disengage, and it's the lack of closure. I am gonna have a breakdown if we don't figure out what the hell's going on here.
And as you're running,
it's been months, if not years, since this has all been going down, and we've learned nothing. Like, you don't understand.
As you run and you're shouting this at each other, basically, behind you see fires actually these circles, the magical circles, appear around his hands as he lifts a little bit off into the air before finally he lets go. At which point he drops to his knee. Clearly exhausted from whatever he's been doing. At the same point, his the pole arm and his eyes stop glowing. The circles disappear, and he immediately starts to run after you. At the same time, the creature that is now probably quadrupled in size, you see the gold ether around its hand disappear. And there's a brief moment of pause and silence before something explodes in the same hand, just an immense explosion that recoils through the whole stadium and pulls and actually pushes the creature back several steps as it kind of backpedals, and you feel the massive footsteps of it kind of shake the ground as it basically recedes back from this massive explosion. However, all of you have to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Crap, do I get disadvantage because I'm carrying somebody?
Yes.
Oh no!
We didn't get refreshed or anything when we went here, did we?
Oh
No.
boy.
Fuck. Oh no.
Oh fuck!
Nice, everyone. At least we're all going together.
I'm kind of
So
pushing
this-
Zinnia as I fall.
This blast is so massive that it pushes you off to the side, and if you basically Judge, Sora, and Winston, you guys are gonna take full damage from this.
Oh well,
Excellent.
that's not good.
If it won't knock you below 0. It will just knock you down to 1.
It's definitely gonna knock me down.
If
No
you,
way.
Winston, you take half
I'm
damage.
at full, so.
I take half?
Oh yeah, the second
For
one was
Kriyat.
Kriyat's, right? Or
Yeah.
was the first save saved? So that's fine. And then Minnie,
Keep
you also
forgetting
saved.
that poor Winston has a dex of 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it won't
not
knock
good.
you. It won't knock you down, but this blast definitely you feel the wave of it, and you see this massive smoke column from the explosion just cover the bottom portion of the this Coliseum or whatever it is. As you finally reach Ralph.
Was this in the fist that was holding the Rune of Knowledge?
Yes.
I think we just saw
Did
Ralph
the
and
room
Bears team
explode?
up to fuck over a demon. That's so. I think they intentionally gave him a bomb, but made it look like it was the Rune of Knowledge and just fucked with. I think that's what happened. I don't think the Rune of Knowledge was maybe even ever here. I think he might have just come here so he could do his little deal with Ralph to fuck up this thing. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's cool. That's rude to take us to help you do this, but that's cool. What about Xenia? She
Yeah.
fucked
How
up
much
You-
damage do we actually take?
So
Yeah, Zen.
41 if you failed, but it knocks you down to 1. And then 20 if you've succeeded, which Minnie and
Kriyat
Yeah.
didn't have enough HP, so Kriyat and Winston are both down, or at 1.
yep.
I'm not much
What about
better.
Xenia? Is she?
Xenia
Xenia quicker than
probably
Xenia?
used your role, so yeah, Xenia's already bad, so like she passes out on your shoulders as you're knocked back and you have to pick her up
Oh,
again.
shit.
Pick her up and I go, oh fuck, I have to take care of this chick. Great. Just pick her up and throw her from my shoulder again, slightly more gently this time.
Okay. So yeah, you guys continue running, and the first one I think was Minnie and Winston. You guys managed to reach Ralph as eventually Fires and Sora and Judge catch up, and you see this smoke column in the center of a coliseum. It's been kind of sitting there, and that you didn't see anything moving, but then there's a sudden, just kind of like what is like a almost like a horn sound, but you think it's probably coming from maybe like air escaping from something like high air pressure, type thing. And you see this red glow reappear from within the smoke as you see this thing begin to rise from the smoke above it, and you see its top half again.
Shit.
Ralph, care to explain what this is?
We have to go.
Gone, I think.
And as he does so, he snaps his fingers, and you see the 7 spectral archer figures appear around the Colosseum and instantly begin to fire on the thing in the center. I'll send you the picture of these guys again. Or actually, I have it in here, I think.
So who summoned the spectral things? Because I thought that Ralph ditched.
Ralph did it.
Or did you guys run to Ralph? Just talk to him.
Yeah, we all went to Ralph.
Do I have this? Yeah, this one.
Cool.
Oh, right, those guys.
Ah, yes, these cool guys. Nice.
And Ralph, as he snaps his fingers, he turns around and his hands, he thrusts them downwards as they begin to glow in the lime light, in the gold green light again, as another portal opens up.
I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow him too. This is...
Looks like it's the only choice.
Where's
definitely not-
Fairs?
Don't know.
Fairs has caught
He's
up with
following
you
us, right?
at this point, yeah, and he moves towards the portal.
Alright, let's go through.
I guess
Alright.
I'll follow the other.
And after this, answers.
And after this, judgment will be made.
As you step through, make a perception check.
All of us?
Yes. Or whoever wants to.
I don't think so. Our character
I
anymore. She's
definitely
just
don't.
like, I don't.
Holy shit. That perception check was
That's
beast.
Nice.
God damn.
Alright, so Minnie, and I'm assuming that's Winston.
Yeah, but again, I'm still exhausted, so I only got a 14.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Minnie,
Disadvantage.
as you step through, you take a last look at what is happening in a Colosseum. Ralph stands back as he's like concentrating on holding the portal open for you guys. And you see in the background as you guys step through, and he is the last one to step through, the creature that is in the center, he reaches to his back and he breaks off one of his horns, which instantly elongates into this long spear, which he hurls towards where you're standing, and as Ralph steps through, it pierces him straight through the back and just sticks out the other end as the portal closes, and you find yourselves standing in some form of room with a table and some bookshelves behind it, which seems oddly familiar to you.
Was it the fucking Infinite Library?
It's the library.
It is not the
He's
library.
fucking dead, by the way. In case anyone's wondering. A giant spear just pierced him through the chest. He's dead.
Is that the injury that we saw him with forever ago?
Yes, as you see him yell or hear him yell out of in pain and turn around to see him with this whatever hunk of whatever looks like a spear in his chest, it dematerializes into smoke and like falls to the ground, and Ralph just falls to his knees, and you notice the area around you, and it looks like the if you remember when you were chasing down the lead on that the son that disappeared as a baby and came back, and you found the camp of Ralph's mercenaries.
Yes.
And this is the room in that tower. And Ralph just yells out in pain, and but manages to gather himself, and barely managing to raise to his feet, he reaches into his cloak and pulls out what looks like 2 pieces of paper and places them on the table.
Can I tell how good a patch that will be? Is this like a magical thing he's doing, or is he?
He's what do you mean?
Like, is he
He's
just
putting
slapping like?
paper on the table, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he patched the hole in his chest.
No.
Can I look at the pieces of paper?
Sure.
And can I tell, like, from examining him, how bad this injury is? Like, is it something that like could not be healed, or?
Make a I guess a medicine check at disadvantage, because as he continues moving, and he actually starts to open up another portal.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fucker. Those are the notes that we saw the last time we were here.
Yeah.
It
That's what I thought
seems
they
like
were.
history is repeating itself.
18.
18. You don't know. It looks pretty bad, but you're not sure.
What the fuck is going on here? That's Sora saying that, just holding an unconscious person over his shoulder. What the fuck is going on?
Do I read this in time before he warps out?
You don't have to read it, but you notice
These
these.
were the notes that we found
Yeah, you
before,
notice
right?
these notes, and you you've seen these before, so you instantly recognize them.
When we had first started camp, we found these notes here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
After
Why
we
would
dealt
he
with the
just
assassins.
run away from the thing only to then try to kill Riot? And what the flippity flip is up with these guys?
Time travel fucks everything up.
All right.
Time travel.
Can I? I'm gonna grab Ralph by the scruff of his neck, and I'm gonna say, "Stand still," and I'm gonna like reach into his chest cavity and see if I can stop the bleeding.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna grab his aorta and just hold pressure.
Crush him to death.
He winces in
good for
pain,
you.
and he says, "We must go." As you hear
I say,
battle sounds from outside.
We'll go, but first, I need you to live long enough to explain what's going on. And I will cast. Shoot, I used all my high level slots. I'll cast Cure Wounds at how badly injured is he? Yeah, that's a stupid
He's
question.
pretty fucking bad.
I cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
As you pull him aside and
don't we want him
you
to
stick your
die?
finger into his wound, you actually notice that it's slowly beginning to float away in smoke, just like the spear did. Almost
The
like
wound is?
his flesh around this wound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then can I cast Greater Restoration instead?
Sure.
Are
Alright,
you
I'm gonna-
saving stick? Sora's gonna say that as she says.
As you do so, you hear the battle sounds
slots for it.
outside
Oh
intensify.
shit, we gotta get out of here.
You hear your
look
voices
up-
as there's footsteps approaching the door.
Oh fuck, oh fuck.
Dude, we gotta get out of here.
Very
I'm gonna
seem
cast Cure Wounds on him at 4th level.
Okay.
To see if I can staunch some of the blood. So I basically will just like reach in, clamp something off in his abdomen.
He tries to step through the portal
Okay.
as you do
Well,
this.
as he steps away from me, he gets 35 plus. He gets 41 HP.
Okay. Do you step through the portal?
I'm fucking chasing this asshole. He's not getting away.
Yeah, I
I
follow.
want,
Yeah,
I
you
want
were-
goddamn answers.
Okay.
I don't wanna do
Hey,
it.
wait.
I run through.
It
Just-
seems like we have imposters outside. That is against the law. I have to berate.
No. I just drag Judge with me.
I'm gonna help
is
her
it?
drag Judge.
But-
Let's grab Judge and punch him through the portal. Let's go. We can't fuck the time stream that much.
Mark my words, I'll be back.
Does my healing seem like it like helps Ralph at all, or is this wound like of a magical and weird nature that is unlikely to respond to healing magic?
So as you pile through the portal and Ralph again collapses on the other side. The rest of you guys step through, including Fires. And Ralph is on the ground. You see it kind of seemed to stop the bleeding for like a second, but then the flesh continues to kind of melt away very, very slowly. And he continues bleeding from a new wound that's creating.
Fuck. I don't have the slots to cast Greater Restoration.
I just tell Winston, like, you can't change the past.
I just turn and I say, don't you goddamn tell me what I can't change.
By the way, you're standing in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
The forest we found, and I say, I'm going to put my hands over Ralph, and I'm going to say, God damn it, you're going to live long enough to tell me what I need to know, and I want to try and cast Divine Intervention.
Okay.
And I will pray. I'll close my eyes and I will think to myself, Ralos, you owe me. I carry your word and your will as the avatar of the Rune of Elements, and you will answer my call.
Oh, demanding.
Heal this man. I need to know what he knows, and I'll.
No such luck.
Your god don't care.
But how dare you fucking demand anything from me, scum?
God damn it.
There's no answer as you see Ralph kind of use his sword to prop himself back very slowly and very difficult to his feet. And he says, he just groans in pain again.
What the fuck was up with that, dude? Why did you tell us to run away from the fucking bomb? Why was there a fucking bomb? What the fuck is going on? At this point.
He continues to moan in pain, but he says, Fires can answer your questions, but for now, you should have this. And he reaches into his cloak again and pulls out the rune of knowledge and outstretches his hand to Minnie.
I'll go and take it.
Yes. It's right.
Can you do magic-y, non-illusion-y stuff to see if that's real? So
Minnie,
so much about magic.
Minnie, as you touch the rune, you instantly feel its power pulsating through you, and you clearly know.
And considering that we've been time traveling with him, I believe that it's real.
Yeah, you clearly know that it's the real thing.
It's just one more rune left to go.
Ralph, you have committed grievous crimes. I shall read you many of your crimes that you have committed before I pass judgment. You have committed genocide, kidnapping, murder, theft. You have also defied death that is against the laws of nature. How do you...
Planted bomb in hell is going to be illegal somewhere.
How do you plead, man, creature thing?
He, still continuing to wince in pain, he smiles through his teeth, and he places his hand onto your shoulder, Judge, and he says, I'm glad, or I'm sad that we didn't have enough time to really get to know each other.
It is okay. I do not associate with criminals.
Ah,
That was
yes.
beautiful.
He says, but now you must go.
Must
What?
what, sir?
You
broke
must
up a little
go.
bit.
Is because Fairs jumped with us through the portal. Is
Yes.
he with us?
Yes, he's with you.
Mm-hmm.
I grab him so he doesn't run away.
He's not making any
I don't
attempt
think
to
he's
run away.
blind.
Yes,
don't trust him.
Fairs. If this is truly Fairs, he has also committed grievous crimes. I shall read them out to you. Mass genocide, the summoning of demons, the destruction of kingdoms, theft, yet again. The killing of the white sages, the killing of Minnie's, and he looks at Minnie. What was your master's name?
Arya.
Ah, yes, the killing of Arya, the white sage leader. How do you plead?
He says, guilty, I guess.
Ah, good. At least you understand your crimes. Give me but a moment. I will pass judgment soon enough. I will allow my compatriots to ask you anything before.
What the fuck is going on?
Gain an inspiration, Judge.
It was beautiful.
You see a faint glow from Ralph as he appears to draw the just the last hair of the magic of the rune that he has left, and he opens another portal for you.
Where does this go?
When and where are we going?
Do you ask him, or are you trying to tell based on the magic?
Can I try to tell?
Yeah, sure. Arcana check.
Assume it's where he died in front of us.
Shit.
You're not sure. You're still kind of taken aback by the power of the rune. Reunion with the rune.
My precious.
Oh no!
My precious.
No! Throw it in the fire, baby.
Minnie's
no.
new insanity.
I mean,
Judge will
isn't
walk
that
over
rude
to
known
Ralph.
for making people go insane?
I wouldn't be surprised. Judge will walk over to Ralph and he will say, "You have a choice, Ralph. You either die an excruciating, slow, painful death, as we've seen once before in the past, or I can dispense quick and merciful, not merciless, merciful justice. What is your choice?"
He says, I shall spend my last minutes, be they painful minutes, on this planet, enjoying what I've fought to preserve all these years. So, what you consider a painful end, I consider the last salvation for myself. And as you do, you see him staring off to the distance, where you faintly see through the brushes the tree with the bunny rabbits inside of it.
Very well. If you have any last words before we depart, I would suggest doing. I will put them in my memory banks, and I will keep them forever.
He nods but does not say anything, but starts limping closer towards the tree.
We should go.
You'll probably get out of here before past selves find herself.
Very well.
To explain to them what's going on.
Let us continue. And in the new area, I shall dispense Fairs' justice as well, unless any proof against all of his guilty doings is presented.
All right. You guys step through the portal, and you find yourselves in the city of Deldamere.
Deldamere?
Yep.
That sounds interesting.
Do we have our map? Yeah, I was like saying.
Yeah, you've been here before. It's the capital of the Dwarven Kingdom.
Ah, yes.
Oh god, these
It
fucking...
is Under Sword here? Is Blue Sword here?
Yeah, this is where you left her, but the portal takes you to basically the outskirts of the town.
gotta say, wait.
No, hold on. Where's Fairs? Where's Fairs? Before
Ferris
we go
is
through.
with you. He steps with you.
I was holding him. I'm not letting go of the fucker.
Alright, I just turn around and I grab him and I say, he promised us answers.
What do you want to know?
Is that an honest question? Are you an idiot? What is going on here?
I imagine you want to
Why
know
did
a
you
lot.
hire us? Why did you destroy Tynal Valley?
Are
Why
we
did
in
you
the
destroy
middle of the
stages?
city by now?
Why did Casus being alive cause you to turn to our side? Who was that demon? What is the singularity?
That is a lot of questions.
Yeah, go ahead and take your time. I'll wait.
I have time. Crosses his arms.
Well, suppose I can start at the beginning. I'm sure you've found out by now that I used to be a white sage.
Yes, betrayal, one of your many crimes.
Well, if anything, the white sage betrayed me. But,
Elaborate.
well, you see, the white sage preached somewhat of a singular entity to one's persona. They do not encourage love for like we would in a relationship per se. So when I found one that I loved, of course we had to keep it a secret, but that wasn't exactly the issue. The issue was that when I learned that she was in danger, they would not help me save her. So
This was
Was
Casus.
Cassie talking about?
Mm-hmm.
this was Casus, yes. And
Did you try to kill her sister on sight? That's like not a good thing to do to the woman you love, buddy. I would assume. I don't know much about siblings.
well, I didn't know that she was her sister. But we shall get to her later. I don't think she's told you who she is either, but regardless of that, I split with the White Sages and I traveled. I met someone rather who promised to give me vengeance for the one I loved. So perhaps blindly I followed him into this situation that we are in now.
Does this
So
person
you-
have a name?
Yes, provide the name.
His name is Predadim, and you have just met him.
Oh, the dude you blew up a bomb on?
The
Yes.
huge creature. You've made a pact with such devilry.
He's more of a demon, but yes. And now
I would say you should have big deals with demons, but we did, so.
and now that he knows
Well-
that I know, he will be coming here.
Another crime on your list. Hold on.
So
See,
do you mean
Okay.
to tell me that the things you did in Tynal Valley were for Predator?
Yes.
is that why you've been destroying the world?
Yes.
I would like to see if he is being honest. I don't trust Ferrers at all.
Crit
I-
fail.
I-
No, he's lying.
I need to know about this shit. This is an extremely convenient way to basically whitewash everything you've done.
I mean, hasn't exactly whitewashed anything. He's
He's
still
a dumbass.
guilty. He's still guilty of mass genocide and summoning.
Oh, I
devils.
mean more like, I think Ferrers, this isn't like for love or vengeance. You're just a shitty person. I don't believe that this is what I don't believe this is your deal.
no matter the reason,
you
the
fucking
cause
snake.
is better. No?
He says I don't mean to acquit myself of my wrongdoing.
Oh, believe me,
But-
there will be no quitting for what you have done.
And until a few minutes ago, I was still on the path that I was.
You were still on the path until a few minutes ago what was up with you and freaking Ralph blowing up that dude if he was your friend until a few minutes ago? It's not like you made the plan to bomb the dude in 5 seconds while we were there.
Ralph and I have known each other for a while.
Yeah, clearly, I'm just...
In what context?
Let's just say he saved me in the past, and in return...
No more games. Speak clearly, Fairs.
Well,
and I imagine, like, as we're in Deldemir, like, is the giant, like, demonic fog cloud, like, cloud front still, like, approaching over the lands?
Oh yeah, it's pretty close.
So,
now.
like, yeah, I imagine as I like say this, I just, like, gesture over my shoulder, and I'm like, the time for games is past, Fairs. The apocalypse that you've started is soon going to reach us. I think it is time for you to speak plainly with us.
Also, it'd be great if you could tell us where both the Rune of Chaos and its wielder are, because we need that to apparently stop some crap, so... be useful.
Well, Ralph came to me after he saved me, and I will explain in what context. But we spent the years following that traveling through lands and different time places, and we helped various people on their paths, including yourselves. He looks at you guys. He says, it was us who helped you on multiple times in the past.
Helped us, you mean you killed Winston's sons?
I did not do that.
Infanticide. That is also another crime.
What I meant
Well, they weren't infants.
what I meant was on the Fire Island, and when Morikoi attacked you.
I don't know what those words mean, guys.
Don't they
Was this
not?
before I met you?
Do they remember, or do they not remember seeing the?
I think the only people that saw it was Winston and you, but they know of it because you guys talked about seeing yourselves.
Oh, right, okay.
Hope you didn't help me, and as I say help, I'm gonna do, like, air quotes. Your help seems like murdering people you care about and being a dick.
He also says, when you saved me from the Tower of Mori, that was actually by Ralph's design. And I owed him after that, so I agreed to help him, even though I did not believe I was still on my mission that I've promised Predatim. And on our last encounter, he told me that we would meet again, which I already knew, but he told me that I should listen to whatever was told to me, and he promised that whatever it was true. That is why when she said that Casus was alive, I believed her and Ralph.
Oh. You
might
didn't
not
let her...
died by the giant apocalypse you started since then.
This apocalypse would be upon us without me.
Yes, of course, that's what all guilty people say. It would have happened even if I didn't do it.
No, it's true, though.
Please,
Just
don't defend
instantly
him.
like... Do you have any new evidence to support this claim?
Approach the stand.
Go ahead, Minnie. This justice is still being commenced. By all means, take the stand.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to explain this stuff.
He
He
says,
is
No,
correct that
Go ahead.
with or without his involvement, the apocalypse would be coming.
But he's the cause of it now.
I do not argue that
People would die
I
if
did
they
not
weren't
help
murdered. That
you,
doesn't mean I'm
help
murdered.
it come. And it is not meant to, again, justify what I did. But this darkness, and he looks up, would be upon us no matter what.
That's the truth.
But the problem here is he made it come quicker, yes?
I don't think he made it come quicker. He just didn't try to prevent it.
Helped but like 5 seconds ago.
That is also a guilty reason in upon itself. Not
Certainly,
helping when
I agree with that.
Certainly.
Well, I'll add that to the list. Go on.
Okay, so I just want to confirm out of character, we have the runes and what the flip are they called? The people who can control them for all except for the Brood of Chaos in this area, because Blue Sword is probably inside, right?
That's where you
what
left her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go and try to find Blue Sora. Like, I don't want to split from the party, but at the same time, I definitely want to make sure she's still alive.
You're standing quite a bit off from the main fortress, so you would have to go for a while.
Okay, I won't go then yet. But as soon as we get to the city, I'm going to try to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I've got an unconscious person who's bleeding out. Anyone want to do something about
Yeah,
that?
maybe we should fix her. I can heal her.
I don't
Ah,
care,
yes.
but if we're going to kill her, let's kill her. If we're going to, like,
No, we need her, so
we can ditch
Grievous maiming of
I have
another.
no preference.
Add that to the list.
I was just keeping her alive because she seemed to have changed. This one, I'm going to point to Ferris.
is anyone else hurting or just
So-
her? Oh, we all kind of are.
Yeah, like eye
The
pops
blow
out like.
hits really hard.
Yes, could use some repairs.
Let's see.
We're in the land of the dwarves, are we not? Perhaps we could ask.
I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay. On who?
Is that a question?
On
or-
him?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
And that's 6 people I can affect. So
So
there's
27.
how many?
Right. Oh wait, no, it's 19.
Including
That'll be fine. for
Arya, that's all of us, right?
Arya?
me.
You mean
I
Xenia?
mean,
Xenia,
sorry,
you
not
mean?
Arya.
Xenia.
Xenia.
Delete the
Yeah.
evil Arya.
Sorry. everyone
yeah,
gets
I
19
believe
here.
so there's 5, 6,
Did all
7.
of us get 19?
No, there's 7 of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So there's us
You can not
four.
heal
There's
me. I'll be fine.
Kriet.
I'll be fine.
There's so us four.
I'll be fine.
Kriet, Fairs, Sora, or already counted.
Does
Sora.
Kriot need the healing?
He's
It
pretty.
will be fine. I still have
fucked
like
too, isn't
90
it?
something hit points left. I have more hit points left than
Oh.
you guys have at your max. I'll be fine.
Shit. Okay,
Yep.
then yeah, everyone except for Sora can have 19.
Back to 20. Woo!
Xenia stir it all. I'll poke her again.
Yeah, she seems to move on your shoulder. She was passed out, but now she's still alive, but still in a bad condition.
Hey, you missed the guy getting blown up.
She,
Can I cast Greater Restoration on her?
yeah, if you have the stuff for it.
I think I have Diamond.
I have diamonds if you need them.
You have
Oh, okay.
all the fucking guys.
You guys also have been,
I have
make
a
sure you guys are
lot of-
subtracting the diamonds, because you guys have been casting Greater
I've
Restoration a
only
lot.
used one diamond on
I
me
apparently
once.
have 19 diamonds, so
Used one diamond on me once forever ago when I was dead for 5 days. You know,
Do you need a diamond?
Yes, if you can subtract one. Apparently,
It's
also,
worth,
I
they're listed
still
as worth
have.
500 GP. Is that enough for good
you
restoration?
could just
I think
chop them into threes.
so. It's just 100 GP. So
Okay.
Well,
I
you have to
don't
have
that,
diamonds
so-
on it. So I mean, just spend the diamonds that you have. Yeah.
All right, so I'm subtracting a diamond.
Uh,
Oh, I have an immovable rod. What the fuck?
Yeah, so she seems stable, but she just needs rest to recover her health, and you think
keep
she's just
carrying
very
her.
gravely injured at this point.
Oops.
maybe we should rest.
Thanks
then.
for that, Ferris. Now I've got to carry the chick I hate. Another crime, Judge. It's another crime.
Yes, another crime. Maiming. Only murder, but maiming. Disgusting.
But yeah, I asked Ferris this a while ago, and he didn't answer the question. I'm gonna ask him again. In order to stop the apocalypse, or the I can't remember the freaking name out of character. The singularity. We still need to find the chaos rune and whoever wields it. Do you happen to know about either of those?
I do not know where the Rune of Chaos is. The plan of Predatum was the reason why you all were there, why we all were there, was because he wanted the runes for himself. You see, the runes would help him complete his mission, his goal of eradicating all life on this land. And he was crafting his plan for many years. Everything that has pushed you to be here, your children, your Arya, everything you've experienced was in part his design to get all the runes in one place. And
He's
Ralph,
coming here now?
Ralph,
Is that what I'm getting?
yes, he will now come for the runes.
Fuck, we've got to find the chaos rune in Swilder
Yeah.
if we're gonna stop him, right? Like,
I'm sorry.
that's what you guys
That's our
have told
top
me?
priority.
Can you
That's our
pause and rewind for 1 second? Did you say my sons were just to get us together? To get me here?
fucked.
Oop.
Yes, it was not Ralph that got them
Couldn't
to
you just
leave.
kidnap them?
It was him. Ralph knew your hate for me, and he sacrificed his own self in a sense to get you to find me. He used himself as a target for you to perhaps not kill me outright.
Am I still holding Ferris? Because if so, I'm gonna, like,
No, he's
stand behind. Oh, I was gonna stand behind him and hold him in place so that Winston could punch him in the face.
Is there somewhere to go sit?
there's like a rock nearby.
There's
I just-
many a stone.
I just stop talking and I just go sit, and I'm just gonna sit and just stare off into the middle distance.
However, I do know who the chosen one of the rune is.
You do? That's good.
Who
Let's go
is
find
it?
him.
Well, it's her, and she's hanging over your shoulder.
Oh.
Well, this bitch?
This bitch will be shit off the ground.
She has not told you who she was. Did she?
Oh. No.
Give him the
Many a thing in hell lies. That's what we found out.
Perhaps, or perhaps they don't want to tell the painful truth, like many of us.
That is still withholding information, and it is punishable by many laws, actually.
Can I take
So
her
weird.
and eat her on the ground. Basically, I'm gonna just throw her off my shoulder and be like, "Hey, fucker."
You see a little bit of blood splat over the white snow.
God.
You're killing her. Stop.
I will go over and
I didn't throw her that hard, guys. I definitely threw her that hard.
Just like pile driver in the ground. Wake up!
She's conscious, but you see her struggling in and out, basically.
I will go over and try to prop her up.
She needs more care, it seems.
And Fire says, do you know the legend of the serpent's sword?
The serpent.
Of the serpent what?
Oh, is she the fucking
The
daughter or
serpent's
some
sword.
shit?
The serpent, no,
would
I'm
we
not.
know that?
Yes, I believe you have a handout for it. And when
Yes,
Sora,
I have
you
a
say,
handout
is
for
she the daughter? He says, yes.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
who's she a daughter of, huh?
The dude in the story who, like, traded his daughter for fucking money or some shit.
That is horrible.
Oh shit.
I spent my entire
Was
life
he brought to
in the fucking
justice?
library.
Was he brought to justice
I
for
think he
such a
suffered-
vile...
He realized that he fucked up and, like, spent the rest of his life in misery in the end, if I remember right. Realizing his daughter is gone.
Good. Did he suffer an agonizing death as well?
Sure, but sure.
Good. Then justice was served.
I shared the story again.
Yeah. This is something like Judge would definitely not know about. Mythos, unless there's mythical laws. Get that shit out. But yeah, I remember this one.
Does she know where those freaking swords she has? If she's had the runes the entire fucking time,
She does not have the runes.
I'm gonna shake her and be like, hey, you're useful to us now. It's a good thing we didn't let you die.
She struggles for a bit and she says, well, thanks for that. Glad you didn't kill yourselves in the end, too.
Unfortunately, it was thanks to you that you helped us out a little bit, telling this motherfucker she's gonna point affairs that one chick is still alive. So thanks for that. That's why you're still here. That's why I picked you up and carried you.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, indeed, we could have left you behind, but then the world would have ended, so...
Oh my god.
You're useful! Thanks for not telling us you're part of a fucking folk story and the... Oh yeah, did you hear that you're the person for the chaos rune?
Yes.
Did you know that already?
Yes.
Hey, let's find you your rune and prevent the world from fucking self-destructing.
I think we need to take a rest first.
Let's go into the city.
Our rest would be very good.
Should probably go into the city and rest because there's fucking demons about.
Perhaps I can modify my tresses now.
Are there
to
demons
better
around here?
Are there?
The demons were coming through the giant storm wave, and the storm wave looks like it's getting closer and closer. Just out in the open. Plus, I want to go make sure Blue Sword is okay.
Ah, yes. Good luck meeting with the king after what Winston caused in the throne room. It will be a
I was
pleasant
fucking
one.
diplomatic as shit, buddy.
It was very pleasant, I know. But yes, let us go into the city.
I'm gonna pick up Xenia and throw her over my shoulder again.
Oh my god. I'll walk over to Winston and just put a hand on his shoulder.
I don't respond.
I'll just say, we have to get moving. But if he's like comatose.
No, I'll stand, but I'm still just kind of staring at the ground, and I'll just wander after you guys.
Okay. Well, I'll lead him. So.
Okay.
I guess to the city then.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys enter the city. So I don't remember how much of it I described last time, but basically this is a pretty big fortress situated on this kind of cliffside slash mountainside of this sea, basically. So these mountains sit right up top there, and the city itself has multiple layers to it, kind of like the Earth Kingdom city in the Avatar. Kind of split off by these massive walls, each section that get thicker and bigger as you get towards the main fortress, which is actually situated in the mountainside of the biggest mountain there is, basically, in this place. To the point where the wall is basically flush with the mountain, and the fortress kind of is split into multiple levels of this palace where you met with Avath, who's the king of the Dwarven kingdom, and where you last saw Sora. So that is where you're slowly begin to journey through the city, as you instantly begin to notice that there is so many more guards on patrol, not just on patrol, but helping citizens basically what looks like go towards the more inner sections of the city. And you see not only dwarves at this point. You see many races: humans, elves. You see actually you actually pass a risen and what looks like a dragonborn. So you guys notice just a vast slew of races and different peoples who clearly are not from this city.
Refugees.
Yeah, and as you actually enter the city, you pass multiple, like basically a line. You pass a line of these refugees entering the city, as there's just marching orders of soldiers. Again, not just dwarves. At this point, there's legions of elves, humans, and dwarves mainly is what you see. As you
Just remembered, I'm freaking naked again. I'm just wearing a halfling poncho.
yeah, so you attract stares because of that, and also because
Because I'm dragonborn.
you also look like you've seen a bunch of shit at this point, which I mean doesn't necessarily stand out to because all these people are kind of look like shit. But you just look like you've came out straight from a battle, because your clothes are like burnt from going through hell for like a week straight, and like just battle scars and craziness on your eyes because you were maddened with the experience. So you just stand out to people as they briefly turn their heads to you because they notice, and also but go back to whatever they're doing, because it's kind of chaotic, especially as you get deeper into the city. And as you pass, you kind of, to get to this fortress, you kind of have to pass on a ledge of like another mountain. You actually catch a glimpse of the other side towards the sea, and you see just thousands of boats in the process of like docking into the city, with what you imagine to be more refugees, because you see a bunch of people disembarking on the docking bay as well. And so you continue until you reach basically the inner layer of the city, and you approach the massive gates of the city, where you're met with a closed gate with a post of dwarven guards situated right in front of you.
Alright, let us in. We're trying to stop the apocalypse.
He chuckles. He says, "Aren't we all? Who are you?"
Literally came from fucking hell. Open the fucking door.
We've come here before.
Of the king.
Yeah, we're
Already.
acquaintances.
Even Judge looks at them. You're causing a misunderstanding. You really think they'll believe you if you just say,
I do probably look pretty fucking insane because I'm naked and fully poncho wearing a chick on my back. I'm injured.
And who shall I tell the king wishes to see him? That's his acquaintance.
I tell him it's Winston, that's for sure.
Yeah, who's
My
on
name
the
is
best
Sora.
terms?
If you can find the other Sora, the blue Sora,
He's met us
she probably
before,
can't come down here.
and I'll just like tell him our names. He's met us before. We've come to his throne room and talked with him. So, if you would be so kind, dwarf friend, please send word at once.
Very well. I shall announce you to the king. Wait here. And he disappears for a few minutes.
Anyone have any clothes I can borrow?
It's like, can I?
Just clothes that
By
would
any
be,
chance, can one of you mend me? I have my legs are a bit busted up, and my arms.
Oh yeah, you're
I
still
think
like
it's
minus
broken.
6 strength.
Yeah, I think it's still broken. I'm not sure if magic can help, but if you can, please try. Otherwise, I will petition the dwarf smiths to see if they can fix me.
Aren't you more like rock than metal?
No, I'm actually metal. More metal than rock.
I don't know how warforged work.
There's
Swear, if they don't
there's
listen to the
different
city,
kinds. Worry not, they
if they
will.
don't listen to the city, I'm going to wait a couple of hours, turn to a dragon, fly us over if I have to.
There's no need
Cloud
for
magic. Crap.
that. You might cause unnecessary fear, and they might fire upon you with giant ballistae.
We can always do the cloud travel crap, right? Minnie and
Yeah,
Winston
I
can do
think
that.
so. Yeah.
So, also another thing worth pointing out is that, I mean, again, you've been traveling through hell where it's like super fucking hot, and you've basically been put into the opposite of that because you're pretty much walking through snow. So yeah,
Maybe
you're incredibly
go get
cold,
clothing,
Sora.
and I think we should go find a place to rest. Xenia really needs to rest, so we can all heal up,
I checked to see if the
get our
money
hit points
still
back,
We
work.
have to. we
get
have to
better
be
clothing.
We have to be let in first.
What's Ferris? Is
I
Ferris
guess.
still with us?
Yes.
What's Ferris doing during all this? Just staring at us like, wow, these guys are
He's just
they'll see
following
the
you.
rope.
He doesn't want to say much.
I checked
mean,
the gold to
Winston's
see if
not
it's still
doing
fucked up from hell.
So hot either.
Who, Fires? Fires looks fine.
No, Winston. He needs to
Yeah,
chill.
Winston's he just is still spaced out, right?
But yeah, Winston has been.
Yeah, no,
quiet.
Yeah.
hearing what I just heard has effectively just broken my spirit. Like I'm not engaged.
Oh no.
Poor
Can I
old
check my
man,
gold
what
to
he's
see if
doing.
it's? Because if I'm gonna check to see what my gold situation is like, and if it's still bad, I'm still probably gonna try to go and buy some
Yeah,
clothes, still with freaking Xenia over my shoulder.
It has permanently transitioned from the gate. That was permanent.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean,
change
I have
everything
plenty of
then.
gold for you to get some clothing and for us to get food and
we
rest.
have a lot of fucking gold.
Yeah.
Finally,
Well, I was
maybe we can
carrying
use-
most of the fucking gold. I had 7,000 fucking
Yeah.
gold.
I have 7K or more.
I've got 3,000, which is still plenty to get like a meal and some clothing, I think.
Jeez, what kind of meal?
I throw a giant sack of gold on the ground. Again, just like not really paying attention. It's got 6,870 gold in it, and I'm deleting it from my
Jesus
inventory.
fucking Christ.
No, I can't carry anymore.
So
of that, man.
if someone wants that, take it. But
I
I
have
like
a double
I keep
carrying
walking.
capacity. So how much gold was that?
6,870 gold.
6,870 plus the 480 I have. Okay.
I won't throw it on the ground. I'll hand it to you. I'll just kind of like just I'll just kind of like silently just hand you the entire
Doesn't
sack.
even look at you. Like,
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't think I'm making eye contact with it.
Thanks. Let's get a fucking room. I don't think they're gonna get back to us anytime soon. And some clothes.
Yeah,
Imagine I'm like
we need
shivering.
to. Yeah, we need to find a place to rest, an inn or something.
So, I mean, the guard returns and he says, he will see you in the throne room.
Now?
Now?
Did you want to come back later?
No, let's.
Oh,
let's
I'm
go
now.
then,
I'd
I
like to
guess.
be out of the cold.
Let us discuss what we found, and then we'll get some rest.
Oh, I say we go now because it's freezing and I'm fucking naked, please.
Doesn't
If you
anybody have
couldn't-
like extra robes or something?
No,
I
no
mean,
one
I
fucking
I
does,
gave
'cause
her my poncho.
Yes. I give her my clothes.
Dragon
I don't
for
know.
wearing a
Totally
poncho.
I-
Just
Well,
super
actually, wait.
refugee mode.
wearing a halfling
I have a
poncho.
question.
Yeah.
I have a disguise kit. Could I use the
Oh.
disguise kit?
No,
to
that's
clothe
more
her?
of like
Yeah, make some
I
makeup.
also
disguise
have
clothes.
one costume.
Costume would work, yeah.
Okay, I give her my costume.
Wait,
What kind of costume is it?
It's like a jester costume.
A jester costume?
No,
Not this.
It's a bear costume.
I mean, we're going to the king's throne room, so I might
It's
as
a
well.
jester costume, but it's like
no,
the
look at that.
neck and sleeve lengths are
You
for
know,
like
for a second,
what?
Like a cut off jester costume.
Well, it would
Right.
be cut off for her
It's gonna
because
fit.
she's taller than me.
It would
so
not fit because you are a halfling and I am not.
it would be like
I'm gonna
short
look at
shorts
that
on
like-
you.
It's short.
Really short.
I think it might be shorter.
I'm going to look at that and say, is there any store, anything nearby that might have any inkling of clothes or even a fucking like rug?
You would probably pass
Is
them
there-
on the way.
Can I please go to the nearest thing that has any sort of clothing, slam down some road, grab some clothing, throw it on, and walk out, no word said. Just 1000% done of everything.
You so the first couple of stores you enter are like dwarven clothes only, and then you manage to find something that sells your, normal humanoid size clothes.
Sorry, small only.
Extra small.
I'm just gonna lean Xenia against the wall while I get dressed, and then I'm gonna pick her right back up.
Why are
Because
clothes
again, I
so
don't trust her,
short?
and she's
I don't understand.
fucking cold.
Ah, yes, the weather. True. I forgot that affects you negatively.
Can I buy a spare outfit? How much is it gonna be for me buying an outfit and please a spare outfit? I need a fucking spare outfit at all times.
I think
Let's
you might
hold
need
that, send
more
me
than
back.
just one.
Sorry.
I'll grab 3 outfits in total because I'll have 2 spares. That sounds good.
Sure.
Because I'm tired of fucking naked.
Sure.
How much would that be?
I'll say well, around here probably 2 gold.
The good kind of stuff, that's why.
How much gold? And is there any chance I could grab a shield from a random shop or something? Because I still have a 15 armor class. Or I can worry about that later, I suppose.
You can grab a shield.
Okay, how much is that gonna run me for?
Let me look it up.
I think like asking the king might be a better choice.
A shield would be
My liege, give me a shield, please.
don't remember. Let's just say 4 gold.
How much gold in total?
So 6.
6 gold in total?
6.
6 gold?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's not much. I'll throw down the gold, yeah. Let me grab my shield.
All right. And so yeah, the guard opens the gate for you, and you step through. He begins to lead you up through the stairs that go through the multiple levels, and the top of which you remember is the grand hall with the throne room of the king.
How the fuck did a shield make my AC go down?
Womp womp.
Is it a
Wait,
shield
what
suit?
is going on with my AC? It's going weird. What? It went from 15 to 13. What the heck is going on? And then when I took it off, it went down to 11. Help.
Did you untick the thing for unarmored defense?
Where is armored defense? I'm confused.
So unarmored defense is 10 plus dexterity plus constitution.
Plus dexterity plus what?
Plus constitution.
So I should have 15 to start, and then a shield is 2, so I should have 17 now.
I thought a shield was
manually.
plus 1.
It says plus 2, I think.
I think shield is plus 2, yeah. But I think
Shields are.
I think if you have a shield, it's armored defense. So oftentimes
I think it like actually says that like a shield is fine to wear.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you should be at 17 then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm gonna manually unchart that. I'm 17 now. Thank goodness. I'll be slightly harder to hit.
Yeah, you can use a shield
now we can
and
go to
still
the
gain this
rest.
benefit. No, now we talk to the king.
Oh, we can talk to the king because I'm not naked. That'd probably be very disrespectful.
Would it? I don't think he'd care. Honestly.
Maybe I would, Judge. Maybe I would. Maybe I don't like being naked.
He didn't like hang Winston for like yelling at his throne room, so I think he's a pretty chill.
I'm gonna flash the fucking king, okay? Let's just go.
I think we might get a bonus punch for that. Let us go. The fleshies are all clothed. Time to go.
So you reach the throne, the throne room, where the Avaf sits on the throne, on the opposite edge, surrounded by what looks like a council of dwarves, as they were discussing something as you enter. And as you enter, his gaze fixates on you, and he seems to smile for a bit, and then he sees fires, and his smile kind of vanishes, and he says, "Guards, arrest that man."
Finally.
We need him alive for now.
Some justice.
He's gonna help us
don't we
be destroyed for now.
And as he says that, the guards that are posted around this room instantly move in around Fires, who does not appear to resist.
Fires better not fucking resist.
Of course.
Fires is the freaking I can't even remember what they're called.
Well, wait, don't we need him to get arrested?
Yeah, we need him.
Because then, otherwise,
So we're here.
A paradox. Or is this not where he got jailbroken?
Realistically, he can absolutely handle himself. I think that
he's fine.
them incarcerating him is like a joke.
Yeah.
At least they'll keep
this
him
guy.
in, like,
This guy has on multiple occasions stomped this entire party without seemingly breaking a sweat. I suspect a simple jail cell he could probably shred it and every guard in this castle without really too much effort.
We don't want him to do that though. Maybe we don't want genocide on our hands again.
Nah, he won't.
I don't know. Truthfully, this whole crowd is a dark experiment in actual practice. Like, these people are not the brightest bulbs. Like, if they again, I'm remembering how stupid these guys were last time we talked to them. Like, if they're not,
you crazy motherfuckers, listen to us.
Like, if they're too stupid to get out of the way of what's coming or to make a move against it, it's
scared.
It's kind of on them. Huh?
They're scared people who are trying their best, and at least they're letting in refugees.
I will.
I think it's the refugees. I mean, we have one of the rune keepers here in this palace.
Exactly. Can I try to find Blue Sora?
She does not. She does not seem to be in the room when you walk in, and so the guards kind of surround. Yeah. So they take him away. They basically take his pole arm and his weapons that he has on him, and then they take him away.
Be careful, he dominates minds. Make sure if you have any
Fires grins.
Use it. Of course he would.
Did you guys say you guys cut out for a second there?
He warned them that he dominates minds.
Maros react to that?
He grinned.
He grins at
Oh,
me.
fuck.
Be careful.
That's a great way to
Shield
make
your
yourself-
minds.
And as they take him away, Avaf turns his gaze to you and says, "I see you made a few new friends."
But yeah, I'm gonna point to Xenia, who's so much older. She is one of the people. She needs her rune, and that's it. We've got one rune to go, and we can stop the apocalypse, assuming you'll let Blue Sora help us.
Yes.
Is that what? Excuse me? What did you say?
He says, "Yes, the one you refer to as Blue Sora is here." And I
Where?
don't own her, despite what you might think.
Yeah, give us
Exactly
to
what
her.
her lead last time.
I mean,
Or did she
last
not
time,
believe? I can't even fucking remember.
last time it was her choice, if I believe.
Last time I rolled a fucking nat 20 and she still didn't want to join us. Where is she?
She is helping with the evacuation of the northern regions. She should be here by the end of the week.
The end of the what?
Week.
End of the week.
I guess we have until the end of the week to find the other brute then.
Wait, what other
If it
room?
comes to worst, we could just teleport, grab her, and throw her
Isn't this-
back here.
Isn't what's her name? The Chaos Holder?
Xenia?
Yeah.
I thought so, yeah, that's what Fair said.
Right?
Think-
Yeah.
She's,
Then-
Or,
Yes,
wait, you're talking about the actual rune. Do we even know if she has it?
We just need to find the actual physical rune because we've got
I
the
don't
wielder.
I think
We
he
just need
has
to
it,
smack
but
it
we need
together.
to find it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can find it, give it to her, get her to not run away, and help us fight. I mean, I don't know how much those of us who aren't rune wielders can do to help front the apocalypse, but I don't want to die, so I'll help.
Yes. We have to rest and prepare ourselves this time because our journey into hell was definitely something we were not prepared for.
No.
It was hell.
That was indeed hell.
I think we can find a room probably because I remember last time I was dead for like 5 days somewhere in the castle.
yes, the room you had
But
is
also-
still here for you.
My liege, if I may be so bold to ask if the dwarven smiths or maybe engineers can help me with my chassis, I seem to be less for wear. And like as he says that, like his arm just like twists the opposite side, just like forgive me.
Yes.
Unsightly.
Yes, you may see Gramiel. He's the keep's artificer.
Many thanks.
Of course.
And I'll look over to Minnie. It's like, Minnie, if you have anything to add, perhaps you should take away Winston and see if you can soothe his mind.
Yeah, we should go. Yeah, I'll try to lead Winston away.
Yeah, I don't resist.
Many
Well-
thanks for allowing us in, good king. We shall be on our way. We'll return when we have. Well, we'll hopefully return when we have everything.
Well,
Out of character, real quick, does somebody have like a?
Hmm?
I keep hearing this like whining sound. I don't know if it's coming from
Ah,
you guys.
yeah, that's actually my bad. The fucking garbage truck is outside.
Like I was confused. I was like, "What the flip is in my room here?"
Is there a
live
garbage
alone
truck in my room?
room.
as you leave as you turn to leave, he says, Well, one more thing before you go. I thought you might want to know where we stand since you've left. And
By all means.
unfortunately, in your time away, the dark armies have made landfall on our island. By our best estimates, we have about a week before they reach the outer gates.
Well, we should probably hurry then.
Yes, we shall hurry. We'll try our best. We'll try our best.
Gather yourselves, rest. You look like you've been through hell. Not to mention. So, whatever you need, let us know.
By all means.
Thank you.
We shall.
Do you have like a hospital we can toss this chick into?
Oh,
God.
yes,
Kinda
yes,
fucked
of
up.
course. We'll have someone take a look at her and care for her. That's not a
Let's take
problem.
like great care of her, but we need her alive.
He chuckles.
Keep an eye on her though, she's a tricky one.
Very well. We shall give it 75% of our efforts.
Perfect. Otherwise,
We'll try 3/4 strength medicine.
you don't need
Oh my
to make her
God.
that great. We don't. She's.
We'll
kind of
just
bitch.
keep her right, like close to death, but not actually die.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
We'll give her like the old Tylenol. The expired.
God.
The fucking mislabeled
Yes,
pills.
before, like when we like turn away to leave, I'll tell the others I will be with you once repairs and hopefully augmentations are done. If you're returning back to the rooms we stayed in before, I'll be there hopefully soon. I don't know how long it'll take.
Okay.
Quick question. Xenia was like conscious as I was fucking dissing her, right? She doesn't say anything?
No, she's too weak for that.
Okay, maybe give it like 78% if she's too tired to diss me.
Very well.
Diss
3
us,
more
she likes to
percent.
diss us. I'll hand them off to whoever. I'm probably coated in her fucking blood. It's on my shoulder for so fucking long. Minnie, you can have your poncho back, but there's a lot of blood on it and it's singed.
Yeah, I'll take it, but I might get rid of it. I'll see if I can wash it.
I'll take it off and give it to her because I finally have clothes. Yeah, good luck getting the blood out. And Xenia, it's her blood.
What?
Okay,
Right.
should we,
Alright, so I guess we go to our room then? And
Yeah, I think
Judge
we should
and Xenia
go-
go off to get fixed.
On to the Master Artificer. Please,
Yeah.
fix and augment me. I have all the gold that you'll ever wish for. 7k gold, 7k gold, and 340 platinum.
Fuck. Turn me into an airship.
Turn me into a Megazord. Let's go.
Yeah, so you basically walk in and you dump all this gold on his fucking workbench, and he seems to be working on something under like a, what is it, magnifying glass, I guess.
Just move it over the way.
And he turns around and he's a bit taken aback, and he says, "Oh my, your outer plating seems to have quite a bit of melting damage. Did you throw yourself into a brazier or something?"
No, good artificer. I've been through hell. Hellfire does this to my chassis. I need you to see if you could make it much more durable and perhaps add something more.
How much money did you have?
Seven. All right. So specifically, 6,950 gold pieces and 340 platinum pieces. I didn't want to
So
put them
over
all
10K.
into gold. Yeah, basically. Just
Um,
like I assume it's like two fucking sacks. Just like I hope this is enough payment for your services.
he says, well, to fix that, doesn't require that much money there, friend, but it depends also on the internal damage that you have sustained. I should be able to take a look for, just 100 gold is what I would take. Depending on the damage, we could fix anything internal, but for the external plating, I mean, it doesn't seem like you have anything too hard to fix there. What kind of armor do you have, Judge?
Let me see.
Do you have any?
I know it's like it's part of the Warforged thing. I think it was changed. No, wait. Let me Google it real fast. Warforged. Alright, let's see. Integrated protection. I have heavy plating armor.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I assume it's just like steel.
Plate mail, yeah. Yeah, so he says, well, I could just fix that up for, 700 gold pieces, or I could reinforce it with some more plating for, depending on how much you want, the extent of it could go from 1,500 to 5,000, or we could go all the way and upgrade it with forget my own thing here.
Take the upgrade. I know I'm not there, but he said upgrade, and we've got more money than God. I think you should.
More money than God.
We're approaching what appears to be the likely climax, and we can't take it with us, so we may as well burn this money while we can.
Well, I probably should have gotten a special magic shield, but we were low on time. Or a plus something great axe.
Why can't I find this? Sorry, 1 second.
No worries.
Winston's probably in the room just sitting in the corner, looking sad.
Oh, you know it.
Kill me, please.
I'm probably just glad to not be carrying around an unconscious person and clothed. This is best day for Sora, is the worst day for Winston. Oh.
Yeah, fucking Winston.
I shall become the Power Ranger. Get ready, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna have like a special transformation.
I want to do it.
Autobots, roll out.
Oh my god, can we turn him into Optimus Prime?
It's Valentium. Valentium plating. How
much would that be?
And that would be 10,000 gold. It would give you +3 for your armor. It would also be basically like adamantine. That's the substitute in this world.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yes, Artificer. If you are prepared to do this, I am prepared to pay for it.
Very well, but the process would require you to be here for some time.
Very well.
I would have to prepare the plates and modify them for your chassis.
Is this more than a couple days, or?
I would need a couple of hours to strip the old plating. Then I would need to take the measurements, and you would probably have to walk around without it for a day while I make the adjustments, and then the fitting of the plates itself would take probably half a day.
Very well. I need this upgrade. Soon we will embark on a mighty quest that might spell our doom. So I'm prepared.
He chuckles and says, "Very well. We can begin whenever you're ready."
Perfect. And he'll just like take off. He'll put the sword he got from Ozun on the table. Please, that is a very delicate and good memento of mine. Please do not touch it unless, of course, you need to. I'd like it to be close to me throughout this operation.
Very well.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
he motions towards a chair, which kind of looks like a dental chair, almost.
Oh, nice. Judge will start walking there, and under his breath, he'll say, "Forgive me, mighty father. I will replace the mighty chassis you have gave me, but it is for a good reason. I hope you see."
Very well.
I'll take the seat.
And yeah, he begins to work. He works for, like he said, a couple of hours. The most notable thing at the middle of the procedure, he asks you to turn around, and he begins to work, like taking off the plates off your back, and eventually he comes to your lower neck portion where the Ouroboros is, and he attempts to lift it, and he's unable to, and he says, "There's something here that usually is not something I don't see on your kind here. I'm not able to remove it."
Will this cause any trouble with fitting the new chassis on?
No, it might just be a weak point in, if anything, but I just would not be able to replace this. It looks like it's attached to your core.
So be it then. If a weak spot is what I have to have, then I shall.
Okay, and he continues working. All right, what are the others doing?
I'm gonna go up to Winston and be like, "Hey, buddy, you need a drink or something?"
I'm fine.
You punch people in the face? I've got a list.
He says he's fine, but he's actually not.
I literally have a list of my character sheet of people to punch
He's
in
a
the face
woman.
if you want.
You dirty liar. Why don't you tell me what's wrong so I can help you?
Yeah, I would just be making sure, I guess. I mean, giving Winston space, obviously, but just making sure he's okay. And also, I want to check on Xenia and make sure she's
Yeah, so you guys return to your room. Winston, you can do whatever you want. But Sora probably plops down Xenia on a bed, and eventually a dwarf named Razar comes over, and she starts taking a look at him, or at her, sorry, and taking care of her wounds, doing some magic clericy things. And she says... she has suffered great wounds, exacerbated by whatever she's been through since receiving those wounds. It will take no less than a day or two to heal. I will do my best to expedite the process.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
As soon
you.
as she leaves, I'm gonna look over at Xenia, and how bad is she? Because I just looked at the list of people to punch in the face, and she's at the top of the list, and she's weak enough now that I can probably hit her.
Sora, why?
She killed her still at one point. And
Yes.
She
So you look after she Razar leaves, and Xenia seems to be feeling a bit better. She actually starts to lift her head a little bit, and you probably see Sora wind up her fist.
What I'm gonna do, I'm specifically going to look at her, be like, "Hey, you doing better? You doing better?"
She
Let
nods
her-
and lowers her head back.
No, look up at me. I'm gonna rage, reckless attack, and punch her in the fucking face.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
She almost killed us all that one time. What do I have to roll to punch
How
somebody?
She's done nothing but help us.
She almost killed us. She's the reason the judge has to get fixed.
The reason Judge has to get fixed is because we went through hell.
It was damn fires in his mind.
He did it. I'm pretty sure it was Zen, if I remember right, who specifically fucked him up that badly. Because I think she critted against him or something, or maybe
But
it
she
wasn't.
wasn't
Either
in
way,
her right mind.
in the face. What do I have to roll?
I mean, then you should be punching me
I
too
think-
for when I was
I-
chomping on you guys as a
I
T-Rex.
think you would just hit. She's not like she's in front of you. You can just punch her in the face if you want to.
Rage.
I try to block her attack.
Okay. That would be dexterity, athletics probably against your strength roll.
Are we rolling opposed athletics against each other?
No, you're doing a strength. She's doing athletics.
It was just a strength check.
Yeah. It's an
Since
attack
I'm reckless attacking,
I'm
I get
not
advantage.
very good at athletics.
I'm reckless attacking her like right now, so I think I get advantage on that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you hit her. You try to stop her, Minnie, but I mean, she's punching down into a bed. She has all the leverage she
God.
needs.
I try to yank
Ugh.
like Sora away.
Yeah, so you punch
Clearly
her in the face and she starts bleeding from the side. Throughout this like whole
My
journey,
God,
you start to see. So she's when you first met her, she seemed to be fairly good looking. I mean, she still is, but you see almost like if magic was kind of stripping away from her. You start seeing these scars and burns appear in random places on her body, and when you punch her and she passes out, you actually see her face just like change and completely become covered in these scars and burns as you punch her, and she starts bleeding from her nose as she passes out.
Oh shit.
That was fucking satisfying as fuck. Zora's gonna pull out a little journal she's got for a literal list of people to punch in the face, and she's gonna cross Zenya's name off, because Zenya, after she attacked us, found herself at the top of the list. Now I just need to punch Ferris, Ralph, Sorg, and Death.
Okay, Minnie is gonna force Sora to leave this room.
Alright, that was fucking awesome. Zora's thrilled.
Oh man. Oh man.
Winston
And
speaks
she's
up.
gonna cast a healing word on Zenya's face to try to fix her nose.
Okay.
That was so fucking satisfying.
You stop the bleeding.
This is a very confusing group.
Yeah, this is like
Sending a lot of mixed messages.
counterproductive.
I have made it so fucking clear that Sora hates Zenya from like
I
the
know, but
moment.
why? She's proven
Sora-
herself time and again that she's only helping us. And now
Proven that
we've
she's a
learned
shady
that she's the final like bearer of the rune. We really need her like fixed up now.
Proven she's a shady fucker, and I'm pretty sure we mentioned the chaos rune the first fucking we knew she was looking for it, but she didn't fucking tell us that. She attacked us that one time and almost killed us. She
That was not
always
on
just jumped through the
purpose.
fucking portal. She jumped through the
Okay.
fucking portal after we were all dying, like, oh well. Sora hates that chick. Sora hates her.
Okay.
She's fine. I think out of character she's pretty useful, but in character Sora is like upset of everything that's going on and is just taking out the nearest fucking person. And she was on the list, so if Ferris was here, I'd try to punch him too.
Okay, well, regardless, Minnie's still gonna tend to Zen.
Yeah,
fine,
so
I don't care if
you work with Razar to try and get her up, and
Sora's gonna try to go out into the city and just see if she recognizes any of the Dragonborn. Specifically, she's looking to see if Sora has decided to show his ass up here at some point. Should I roll perception on that to see if I can see anyone I notice? Like
Sure.
I remember?
sure.
Perception is shit. Holy fucking shit!
You don't see random people that you know, but going through the castle, you pass a contingent of Dragonborn, and you spot the king of the Dragonborn, who I think you've met before.
I've met him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wave at him.
yeah. He nods and continues walking down the hallway, surrounded by two other, or probably like guards around him and like a couple of advisors.
Do I see that one dragonborn like elf expert that we talked to forever ago?
No, not randomly, no.
For a second there.
No, I would say no, probably not. And then, so, Minnie and Rosar, you guys tend to Xenia, and as she gets a little better, you see basically the magic kind of reappear, and her like scars and whatnot, burns get covered up. And then Judge returns completely stripped of plating.
Is this what
Judge,
it's
what happened?
Worry not. This is of my own doing. I've
What is underneath
decided.
the judge before force plating? Like,
Yeah, is actually underneath. It is. It's like I don't want to say it's sand, but it's like rock, basically, like rock sand, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what the actual like term for it is. It is, but it's basically like a form of rock.
Sediment?
It's like, yeah. I have no idea, to be honest. He came from the sand, basically. But yes.
Crystal Desert, right? You came from the
Yep.
Crystal Desert, so is it like sandstone?
Yeah, sandstone. Yeah, if I can Google it, let me check.
That makes sense.
Sandstone. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
While I'm wandering around, I'm gonna try to find some alcohol because I know a lot of people in our group probably use it.
Yes, alcohol.
And some water. I'm specifically gonna look
remember.
for some water.
I remember my first time with alcohol.
You find that both are probably very scarce, but you manage to get some at, depending on how much you want, but at a premium essentially, because it seems to be very going fast.
I'm gonna buy both at whatever price. What's the price I have to pay?
Per water, let's say silver a gallon.
How many silver? Like 1 silver a gallon?
Yeah, and then for alcohol, I mean, depending on what you want to buy.
I'm going for like whiskey or something.
Maybe like 10 gold a bottle.
Okay, I'm gonna buy 1 bottle of whiskey and like gallons of water, and I'm gonna head right back up to the room.
Okay. All of you reunite.
Bust down the door. Like, look what I found! It's water! And I'm gonna start pouring out water to everyone. And is Xenia awake again, or is she asleep?
Yes, Xenia is awake.
If she's awake, she ain't gonna be for long.
Yes,
I'm
she's
gonna
now
look
awake.
at her and offer her some water because she's been in hell for fucking ever. She probably hasn't had water in years, potentially.
Do you hand it over to her?
I'm gonna give her like a small bit and a shot of alcohol because she could probably use it.
She.
Don't give her alcohol.
As you approach her with a cup of water, she like churns back in the bed and like tries to get as far away from you as she can in the bed.
Hey, you're a shady bitch, okay? You can take the water or not. If you don't want it, I will drink it.
She slowly takes it.
Poison or anything. I wanted to kill you, or just to cleave you in fucking half. We need you anyway, so. And here's some alcohol. You were in hell for a while. They drink alcohol. Who else needs alcohol? I got alcohol and water.
I don't drink.
Or probably drank from some of it herself.
I don't drink. I don't
That's
know
probably
why
why
that
they
drinking affected me down there, but I don't want to experience it
Was it?
again.
Can I say that Sora is mildly drunk because she probably took a shot?
Sure.
Just one shot.
I don't think she's
Damn,
ever had alcohol
right?
before. She
Y'all
spent her
y'all
entire
eat like
crystal-
shit, so like it probably doesn't take much to get y'all drunk. So
I
Probably.
don't think she's ever had alcohol before because in the Crystal Desert, her entire life was spent like in fear, training
Yeah,
and breeding and trying not to
we
let you
had
know she was a
camel
dragon.
juice. Just camel
His
juice.
friends outside of the fucking keep.
Has
Winston, buddy, you wanna get drunk?
Has Winston drank or eaten anything? I know I can survive
Dunno.
without it, but I'm not sure about it.
You're no longer hungry, Judge, because you were kind of freaking me out there for a while.
It seems like hell affected me in weirder ways than normal. And so I've never had an appetite before like that. I've never had an appetite. That was a very I wouldn't say it was a bad thing, honestly.
It's
Wouldn't
bad
say
for
it was
the
a bad
rest of
thing.
us. I was terrified you're gonna eat us or something. She's gonna take another shot.
No, I wouldn't do such a thing.
Then I'm gonna offer some alcohol and some water to Winston.
I look up, and my eyes refocus, and I say, "Can I have my gold back?"
Oh yeah, sure. How much gold did you give me? Like
I
6,000?
shrug.
I'll give you
6,000.
6,000
One
gold
gold.
back, okay?
6,000.
I'll give you 6,000 back, sure. I still
Okay.
got 1,000 gold. I'm fucking good. And drunk.
I have something I need to do, and I get up and I leave.
Okay, bye. Someone
I
go
look
after
at
him.
I look at him leave, and then I turn to Minnie. I look down at my naked self.
I'm scared to
Her-
leave
But-
Xenia here alone, though.
I'm not gonna
Why-
punch
why
her
you
again.
You've beaten an unconscious thing? That's against the laws.
She was conscious when I punched her. She was
Oh.
fucking conscious. She fell unconscious after I punched her.
I guess it's not that bad then. But Minnie, you
Almost
really
killed
need
all
to
of
keep an eye.
us.
Judge, watch Xenia and don't let anyone hurt her. And I'll follow him.
Yes, worry not. I'll try my best.
I was gonna work on getting shit-faced.
I don't know. Hang on, we'll get to you in one second. I don't know if I'm picturing it right, but I just picture like a clockwork almost, like internals. They may be made out of like sandstone or something. But
Yeah.
is that kind of accurate?
Yeah. He's like he's trying to cover up just in case they find it disgusting. It's like yes, he's covered like his chest and whatnot. It's like yes, please go ahead.
Yeah.
It's not fun being naked, is it, Judge? Makes
I
you feel
wouldn't-
really vulnerable, doesn't it?
No, it's not. It's not because of this. I just don't want anyone to be disgusted by it. And like he looks at you and he like takes off his hand a bit. It's like, is this not weird for you? I thought
Oh, it
you
looks kinda
have
cool.
organs.
It's kind of cool.
Oh, well, please don't
Please
touch
don't be
it.
naked all the time, though. That'd be weird.
Yes, worry not. After I get my new chassis, I will never be like this again.
Well, I suppose I can't judge. I'm naked all the fucking time.
You have scales. Isn't that a form of protection?
They're not, like, all over her body. They're just on, like, some parts, like, on her arms and legs, maybe some on her midsection and back. Like, it's not enough to really protect her as much as it is to just be like, hey, this person's dragonborn. No longer dead at this point either, because I
Better
was
than
dyeing my
nothing.
hair red to try to distract
Better
from my
than
red
nothing.
eyes.
All right.
It's okay.
Winston and Minnie.
I am looking through, like, I'm wandering through the streets looking for a shop that will sell me magic items.
Shop with the magic items.
Yes.
Yeah, you find one that seems decent in the inner part of the innermost part of the town or the city.
Okay. I'll walk in, and I will.
Welcome.
I just nod.
You've come to the right place if you're looking for all things magic items. Now associated with the Purple Vanguard, so, you know.
I will place my immovable rod on the table. I will place an Alexandrite gem on the table. I will place 10 diamonds on the table, each worth 500 gold pieces, and then all 6,000 gold pieces on the table, and I'll say, I'm looking to buy.
What are you looking to buy, friend? That's a lot of stuff.
And so I guess I have a list of things I want to see if he has, so I can just list things off, and you can tell me if they have it or not. Would
Sure.
that be? All right. So I guess actually, in descending order, how expensive would you say legendary items are? Like we're talking tens of thousands?
To look it up again. I keep forgetting this.
Just ballpark. I'm not even gonna ask about legendary items if it's gonna be more than I have.
I know there's. I have to look this up anyway. So you're buying magic items, so I can give you.
Yeah.
An
I think
accurate
my aggregate finances right now sum to like a little over 10 grand, depending on how much you're willing to give me for the rod.
I have more if you need more money. I've got like a lot of gems and stuff on me still.
I need to bookmark this page because I use it quite a bit. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so legendary items start at 50,000.
50?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So no legendary item.
Yeah, and also there's chances of them actually having that item is pretty low.
Sure.
Or the alternative, you would have to go through a pretty lengthy process of them trying to find it for you.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna use that. All right. I am first gonna ask if they have any ion stones. Ion stones.
How do you spell that?
IOUN.
Ion stones. Man, I've never heard of this. All right, let's see. Oh, interesting. What kind of iron stone are you looking for?
Absorption. It's very rare.
Let me see, friend.
You guys mind if I take a quick like bio break while you guys do this?
Yep, go for
Yeah.
it. Unfortunately, we do not.
All right. How about a necklace of prayer beads?
Probably misspelling it. Damn, dude. I've never even heard of these items.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
Also-
see here. Rare. We do. For that, it shall be. Let me see what this does.
Sorry, I was calling my dog.
Yeah, they have it for 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold. All right. How about a ring of spell storing?
Let's see. It's also a rare item. Yeah, about 2.5. Okay.
2.5. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How about oil of sharpness?
I think that's more of a potion, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't have that.
They would not. And then, do they have shields of various types?
Not shields unless you're looking specifically a magical one.
Yeah, spell guard shield.
Spell guard?
Yep. Or any plus shields.
Alright. Not plus shields. Let's see,
Okay.
spell guard. It's very rare. They do have a spell guard shield. But it is very rare, and he wants 20,000 for it.
Okay. And we have a week until the army approaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. How about a what's the wisdom tome? Tome of understanding, maybe? A tome of understanding?
Tome of understanding.
It's also very rare.
Alright, let's see. Wow, they actually have that too.
Ooh.
It's also very rare. Let me see what it does. Oh, interesting. For that, he wants 10,000.
Okay. I think that's all the stuff I'd looked through, and it would be unusual that these guys would have like sentient magic items.
Oh yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I think that's all I. Can I pass over my turn for a little bit and then just like
Sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep looking through and see if there's other stuff. 'Cause
Mini,
I'm gonna
so
pick stuff.
yeah, Mini. So you see him go into a magic shop.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't gonna go off and do something rash.
You mean like walking to lava?
What did you say? You broke up.
You mean like walking to lava?
Hey. I was under the influence.
Aren't we all at times?
I will go back to the castle.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, you come back with to see Minnie and Judge in the middle of conversation about innards.
Wonderful.
And Kriet's probably still there, just like chilling in a rocking chair or something. That's how I picture Kriet during downtime. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Sorry, I just texted you. Any belts of giant strength or gauntlets of ogre power?
Belt of giant strength.
And specifically the highest leveled one.
Alright, let me see. Belts of giant strength. Storm giant. Legendary.
So like fire giant maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Hang on. No. This one would be yes, no. They have the stone giant.
What's going on back?
Winston's shopping.
Winston's shopping.
GC's still shopping?
All right. I will. They have stone.
Yeah, but that one
Arts
is
achievement, 23.
score granted by the belt. Oh, strength score, stone giant. Yeah, that one he wants 15.
Okay. I I will buy the Tome of Understanding.
Okay.
And the Ring of Spell Storing.
Okay.
So that's 12 or 1,200. What? No, 10,000. 12,500 gold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How much money do I get for selling my? I'm going to sell my Cloak of Elvenkind.
What rarity is that? Do you know?
I can look it up.
It's uncommon.
It is uncommon.
Yeah. He'll give you like 100 gold for it.
How much?
100.
100.
Yeah.
Okay. I will sell that.
They are pretty common right now with all these elves storming around, friend.
And do I get full price for my my gems? So I have an Alexandrite gem worth 500 gold pieces.
Sure.
Okay. Minus 500. And I will put all my 6,000 gold into that. So I'm still 5,900 short. How does math work? 10. So I need
900 more if you throw in the
12 diamonds. I think,
Or
right?
12 diamond. Yeah. But then
That'll
you,
be...
But then you don't have to sell the other thing.
Yeah. So that goes away. And then that will be 60. So he owes me 100 gold.
Sure. It gives you 100 gold back.
So I have 6 diamonds left. Alright. And I walk out.
Okay. Do you return to the castle?
I will. Do I see Minnie following me?
Are you trying to hide Minnie?
No, I was like accompanying him.
Oh, you were like with me, Luffy.
I mean, yeah, if you were trying to be alone, then maybe I would.
I honestly was not. I was not making any effort to like hide.
No, I wasn't trying to like sneakily follow you. I was just accompanying you because I didn't think you should be alone. But once I saw that you were just buying magic items, I thought that if you wanted to be alone, that I would leave you.
Oh. I will just walk into the castle and I'll head to my room and I will immediately start reading. Have we rested at all?
Not
yet?
officially yet. I think we need to though.
I will forego resting and just begin reading my book with the intent of staying up for the next 2 days straight to read.
Wow.
I need to roll to see how drunk I'm getting because Zor is over drinking in the room.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can settle in for the rest of the night. Sora is drinking, so she's getting drunk. And yeah, you guys can have a long rest.
Wonderful.
Does I assume I don't get one because I'm up?
Yeah, you can get one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How
Wait,
long?
Like I'm not sleeping for 2 days.
You're not gonna sleep for 2 days?
I'm taking the exhaustion levels to do 48 hours of continuous study to read my moment.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Also, when we got out of hell, or when that lady did the healing thing on us, did we get back the hit points we were losing by existing in hell?
I don't think so.
No.
I think those are permanent.
It's permanent?
Yep. Yep, hell is hell.
How the heck did people who were living in hell survive then? If were they not taking the constant HP crap? What about Xenia?
Xenia is weird. But
Maybe
also,
if they're from there, they just have a better resistance or something.
also, it got worse when you got deeper. First level, it wasn't that bad.
This like a small room we're in, by the way. Are we all crammed together?
No, it's more of like actually probably like a suite with like different rooms attached
We
to
each
like
have
one.
room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from whatever room I was dead in for 5 days.
Okay. Wait, you guys are staying the whole week here?
I don't know how long we're
I
staying
don't
here.
think
I'm
so.
about to stay here for the night. I'm gonna go look for a better shield in the morning, probably.
Okay,
A better great axe.
sure.
Once I have been outfitted with my new duds, I am ready.
The morning, once I've gotten over my hangover, probably I'll try to look for more magical items, and I'll double check to make sure Xenia didn't ditch or anything. Because I did punch her.
Are you looking for like a +1 shield or something?
Looking for like a +1 shield or a +1 great sword or a +1 anything I can use. Still got a decent chunk of money.
So a +1 shield will run you about 1500. A +1 sword would run you about 1000.
I'm looking for a +1 great axe. I like my great axe.
Great axe, yeah, like 1050.
1,050 gold for a +1 great axe.
Yeah.
How much for a +2 shield?
+2 shields is 6000.
Gold?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get a +1 shield at least.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna have to manually change my armor class up to 18.
Yep.
It's being fucking weird. Which one I did not like that I did that. And
While
that-
I'm... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That was how many gold again? 15?
1500.
1,500?
Yep.
I thought you said 50.
No. +1 shield is 1500 gold.
How much silver does it translate to gold? Because I got like
10.
7,000 silver.
So yeah, you have 700 gold and silver.
Then I might go for the great axe instead of the or I'll go for the shield, yeah, and then I'll. Jeez, I'm not in the mood to do math. I'm gonna do math. Give me a second. I've also got like fucking obsidian statue and exotic harp, a blue steel and topaz and stuff. I don't know how much all of that is worth.
Think you can trade that in for... He'll trade you in that for the +1 axe.
Trade in what for what?
All of those,
Sorry,
all three of those for the +1 axe.
Well, so I've got 2 blue steel and topaz and the obsidian statue. Would all of that count for the shield?
Yes.
Okay, then I will do that instead, because Sora likes her shiny things.
Winston?
I'm gonna cast... I'm gonna cast a bunch of healing words into my ring. Actually, I think anyone can cast into this ring, and I can use it later.
I think so, yeah.
So actually, I will do that now. I'm just gonna cast a 4th level healing word into it. Just cause. And I'm just gonna cast spells into it, and in the meantime, I'll talk to people later, I think.
Okay.
Once I'm done studying, in terms of like tactically, it will make more sense.
Okay.
Do at some point need to start trying to find the last rune and give it to Xenia.
Yeah, that's, I think, should be our top priority.
I guess in the morning after I come back with my shield, I'm gonna look at Xenia and be like, you were searching for the Rune of Chaos for a while, right? Do you know where it is? Anything about it?
Yes, I've searched for years. Haven't found it in Maros, or any trace led me astray here. And the last location I checked was in hell. So I do not know. I don't have any more leads.
Oh, by the way, Sora is gonna say, if you want to punch me back, I'm cool with that too. I'm sure that was a bit of a shock for you, but
I'm okay. Thanks, though.
all right. Daughter of the dude who made the deal with the whole serpent thing. Is Death actually a person?
Not a person, but an entity, I suppose.
I think that entity, because a couple of, oh gosh, this was forever ago. I died for 5 days trying to find Death, because it seems like the sort of thing, if you were Death and there was a sword that could hurt you, it seems like the sort of thing you would keep an eye on, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
We talked
yeah.
to them.
But death is not the kind of entity that speaks to everybody.
Yeah, I know, I died and I didn't meet him, so sure, it's a little bit hard to get to him.
But as much as I don't want to sound hopeless, I have to admit that I have truly no idea where the Rune of Chaos is. Spent decades looking for it.
How old are you? I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just curious how long did this story happen? What do we have to work with as far as clues?
How old am I? Oh,
Yeah, you've got some weird magic-y stuff going on. You're covered in scars. I saw that when I punched you.
at least a century now.
Wow.
After a while, you stop counting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old I technically am because of the Crystal Desert weirdness. We have Mini though now, so we can teleport around places if we.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you. I don't think we should mess with the space-time continuum that much, but we
No.
can go back in time if we need to, right?
We can go back, but we just can't change anything.
Could just go like back in time and stealthily try to, like, because I'm sure Xenia, do you remember exactly where all of your crazy story death happened? Because that's the last place we'd know for sure the brood was. We could go back in time and watch from a distance and try to figure out where it went.
I was an infant,
Oh.
and then I was taken away.
Dang. If anyone else has any ideas, I'm just spitballing.
I'm trying to think of leads.
No clue. You'd think the Chaos Road would be in hell, right? But I guess
I'm gonna.
it's not.
We could talk to Ferris. Maybe he knows.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it
he
might
mentioned
be worth
anything.
speaking with him.
Let's go to the prison. Where's the prison?
The prison is below the ground level, in the dungeons of the keep, where Fires is being locked down in basically one of the high security vaults, essentially.
Obviously, that was high security enough, but Xenia, you want to come with, or
Sure.
this is your rune we're looking for? Maybe you know better questions to ask, and you seem to know Ferris at least somewhat.
If you need me, I will come. Still
I don't know if we need you, but I mean we do to wield the thing. But
Yes, beyond that, don't care what happens to me, right?
oh, I don't think you care what happens to us either. Let's
I care about you, Xenia.
Thank you. Chosen
And
one.
we never properly thanked you for helping guide us.
Girls killing us. I think I thanked her for that plenty.
She just stumbles to her feet from the bed and slowly...
Maybe you should actually stay here and keep resting.
I can carry her again. Dislike you, but if you're useful, I'll do what it takes to get you where you need to go.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't know where the rune is, she can't really...
Just say she doesn't know, but she might know how to talk to Ferris better than we do. I mean, I've never met the guy before, day in hell. I saw him for a distance once before. I don't have the same sort of history and understanding what's going on that you guys do. Seems to know him, at least she knows... But I don't know. It's up to you in the end, Minnie. I will do whatever.
I mean, I guess if she wants to come, she can. I don't, but if she feels like she needs to rest, maybe she should just... I guess it doesn't really matter.
She's pretty weak, so it's probably best for her to rest.
Yeah, let's leave her there.
Alright, don't run off.
Okay.
It'll end if you do.
They open up like a tiny hatch so you could speak with Fires. He says, welcome to my humble home.
Thank you for not
How are
blowing
your
the place up.
accommodations?
Do that.
Certainly more comfortable than yours, I think.
So what is it that you need from me?
We need to find the Chaos Rune, but we don't have any leads, and we were wondering if you had an idea of where to start looking.
Well, Ralph and I spent some time looking for it as well. I don't think we got far, and even Predadim, his hope was that Xenia would have had the rune when we got there, but clearly she did not. So honestly, if Xenia has no idea where the rune is, then I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Well, you said you did look for it for a time. Where did you look? Maybe if we know what resources or places you exhausted, then we might have a better idea.
Or down where we should look, at least.
We looked into, places in time that it made sense for the rune to be there. Conflicts, war, maybe even famine, assassinations, things like that. We looked into guilds. My brother looked into it with the Guild of Thieves, but everything came out cold.
His brother?
You have a brother?
Excuse me?
Yes. His name is Onim.
Onin?
Onim.
As what?
O-N-I-M. Onim Hawk.
Do any of you guys recognize that name?
Wait a second. Do we? I guess I'm not really there, am I? But I don't. I'm looking through the notes right now. Onim?
I don't remember that name.
If you would have met
Nor
him,
do I.
if you would have met him, it would have been a very long time ago. But I don't think you guys ever did.
No, I don't think we did either.
Party didn't. I certainly didn't. But relatively a new member. Does Ferris even know who I fucking am?
Probably
just
not.
figured
I don't think you guys met with Fires since
I
you
never
joined.
did until we were getting kicked up, beat up by him. Like,
Yeah.
he has no clue who I am. I'm just some random dragonborn showing up the party.
Mm-hmm. If I know we need this thing, but at this point, I am not sure if it's best using the days that we do have left to search for it aimlessly.
Right. Well, you said that you were looking for it during times of calamity and wars and stuff. Maybe it'll only reveal itself when this final war actually starts.
Perhaps. It's as if you are the chosen of the rune of knowledge.
Alright.
Very funny.
He's got you there. It's like, use the super mega rune. Come on, big brain.
Well, time.
Okay, but you guys held the root of knowledge for a while too, so don't you be beating up on Minnie or anything.
Well, she does have a point. Think about it. These runes, whether it was Predidim's hand or mine or Ralph's, had their way of finding their way into your hands in some way. Did they not?
In a way, maybe.
By the way, in the story, who was it? Again, the serpent? Do you have any idea what the serpent was that gave the stone in the first place? Did you guys ever figure that out?
Ozun? Is that...
This was fair. He ever investigated the initial story, or... I think if I remember the story, it was like the serpent gave the dude for all of his gold.
I believe the serpent in the story refers to death. Wait, no. That's totally wrong, sorry. No, they did not investigate into that.
The serpent in the, folktale story?
Yeah.
We know the folktale's at least partly based on reality because the girl in it is literally passed out in our room, so...
Well, I guess we could go speak with her about it and try to get more details from her. But I think I agree with Fairs that we should probably spend this week preparing to back.
I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. It sounds like the final confrontation is rapidly approaching. I think we need to be in the best possible.
I'm gonna go and grab the flu store from wherever the heck she is and get her here early, because if she's gonna arrive at the end of the week, I don't want to have a last minute where the crap is the other rune.
Yeah, out of character, because I don't think I'm in the room with you guys. I think it is time to spend our money. Prepare for the final battle. Leave it all out on the field, so to speak. We should empty our coffers and basically prepare whatever you think you're going to need to prepare for what is probably going to be a lethal fight.
Yeah.
Everyone should be prepped to die.
Mm-hmm. Prepare to die.
Hey.
Okay. Well,
I don't want to die.
not to put too much of a down like a downer on the thing.
Yeah, but get ready, just in case.
It would suck though if you guys lost your characters you've had for so many years.
All things must end.
Yes, all good things come to an end eventually.
I don't like the DM's laughing at that.
You fool! I'll be forever.
I mean, Winston's the only OG character from this campaign.
Everyone else is just a fucking
is the most suicidal out of all of them.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Did anyone ever heard suicidal tendencies? I remember that last. She had
I thought all of our
suicidal
madness
tendencies.
was cured.
Yeah,
think she
she
got
had it, but not
after-
anymore.
After
After
some
we got
rest, the new madness that you got for the fear of lava, or not the fear of lava, suicidal tendencies. Yeah, you're good after returning to the world and getting some
okay.
rest. So yeah, you guys are good.
Good.
I don't think it was.
So
a
how many
permanent.
days have passed so far?
I
Just
think
one.
a day and a half.
Yeah, a day and a half. Yeah.
All right, I've
Accumulated
I
a lot of.
would imagine
magic items.
I've like, if the camera pans to like Winston's room, like he's just sitting at a table, just like deep in this book, and his eyes are just sunken, and he looks pale. And I don't think he's eaten either, honestly. Like he's just like single-mindedly.
Well, I would be like
There's, like-
checking on him and probably bringing him food. If he refused to eat, I would still probably be checking in on him.
Yeah, I think it's if that's the case, then yeah, I would imagine there'd be like, if there was like bread or something like that, it would just be like a couple bites out of it and some water, like a cupful of water. Like he would just be, just like
I gave him
eating the
water.
bare minimum it takes. Like when he notices he's hungry.
probably-
If you ask
and-
if you ask Xenia about the serpent, she says that the serpent in the story was Rula.
What?
Rula.
Cut out when you said the last word.
It was Rula.
Huh.
Can we find this serpent person? Talk to them? I don't know. Does she know where it is? Do we know where it is? Do we know anything about this?
Rula is one of the deities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, let's just go ask her. Rula.
this is
Can you
fucking
help us?
Yeah.
I think that
every other day, so.
Have I finally been rebuilt?
Yeah, at the end of day 2, you return to him probably in the evening, and he works on you for 6 hours. But when Judge returns, he basically is gleaming in this. It's not quite gold, but it has a very like goldish. I would even say to me it would be more pleasant of a yellowish gold, yellowish or orangish gold glow to him, all patterned into this very nice designed plating that has been fixating in the way that allows him the best range of motion. So completely stacked with these like tiny little plates that move very, very intricately, and as he does, you can hear just a faint sound of all the probably what are they called, levers that are like controlling their movement below him or below the surface.
It's your butt.
Yes. I've returned, and I am ready whenever you.
yeah, that's a sweet upgrade.
That's very nice.
Dwarven ingenuity yet again shows its expertise.
11 out of 10 would recommend.
5 stars on Yelp.
5 stars on Yelp. Would upgrade again.
And I think as the day winds down and you guys go for another long rest of day 2, we shall end the session for today.
Woo!
Alright, Autobots, roll out. Let's.
Before we end though, you guys do level up to level 15.
I think it's
Yeah.
just ability score improvement or something.
I think some people get spells at 15. New spells maybe?
Oh
I
yeah.
think I
Whoever's a spellcaster gains. Oh, never mind. Actually,
Rage. I get persistent rage.
I get a martial archetype.
When do you get your next dragon level?
Oh,
Is it at 17?
Get it at like 17.
Okay. Yeah, it's a while, but
You're gonna get it early.
Fuck
If we-
me.
Yeah, we've got to roll our hit dice.
yeah, roll a hit
Oh wait,
dice.
that's not it. Oh, why is it a D4? What the fuck? I'm gonna re-roll that. So
And there we're going to end the session. So thank you again, everybody who has been watching on Twitch and those of you watching on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to follow our Discord and the Twitch channel so that you know when we do these live. And we'll see you in another session, hopefully very soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
see ya.